Hey everybody, Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. Today's video is all about whether or not cruises are going to be shut down completely in all of Europe this summer, 2020. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for giving my video updates thumbs up. So I really appreciate it. Love your comments. Also, thank you for subscribing to my Facebook group page, Traveling with Bruce. Also, the Instagram page that we have. The followers are coming in. Appreciate all of you following us. Folks, this opinion is mine. This video is all about what I think is going on here, and I do not like what I see from this vantage point. I have been getting thousands of comments on my videos in the last 3 weeks, all about these illnesses hitting all over Asia. And people are asking me a simple question. Bruce, should I take my cruise or should I cancel my cruise going forward? Simple, direct questions, and I'm getting them time and time again. I have been trying to respond as this whole scenario has been playing out, changing by the hour, changing by the day, and I've been advising people as best as I can. I'm not a travel agent, I'm not a health professional, but I've basically been thinking, well, if airlines are flying in and out of the port city that you need to get to catch your ship, and the port city where you're going to disembark your ship, you should be good to go. However, if airlines are canceling flights completely or discontinuing service, that's the warning sign you have to know. And it's already happened in Asia, as we've talked about now for a few weeks. You cannot get a flight into Hong Kong, Shanghai, Beijing. Taiwan is getting more difficult to get in and out of. Singapore, it's spreading, okay? We're hearing news in the last few days about problems in South Korea. We're now hearing problems in Iran because Iran still has air service between it and China, unbelievably. And now we're hearing the big one. And it started off quietly, but it's beginning to hit. It's Italy. Northern Italy has had cases now of the flu. You know what kind of flu I'm talking about, that C word. And people have been getting ill and people have been dying. Now, the initial reports were, well, the people who've died are very old and they've had other conditions and that type of thing. Bottom line is that was the first reports we got out of China, the first reports we got out of Japan, the first reports we get out of any place are these kinds of reports. It's all about keeping calm and not to worry. But the reality is it's a replay. It happens again and again and again. And in Italy, the numbers are staggering already, and the speed of the people getting ill has also been quite shocking. And now countries neighboring and that are near Italy are considering travel bans between themselves and Italy. Bottom line, I think it's already too late. The European Union is a collection of 26 plus countries. I don't know, 300-400 million people. The stats are unbelievable. Some of you will correct me on this, I'm sure. There's free travel allowed for European Union passport holders to go anywhere they want without really having visa worries. And if Northern Italy has already gone this far with infections and deaths, this is already spread out. It's already too late. And the word pandemic keeps being said, and this brings back the question that I have with respect to my video. Will travel be banned in Europe for cruise ships in 2020? And the answer is maybe. This could happen. The bottom line is this. If you cannot fly in and out of Italy, you're not going to be able to fly in and out of many other countries around Italy. They're all going to shut down. Port cities are going to forbid cruise ships coming in. The bottom line here is people in northern Italy, they believe that the first person infected was infected by someone who had been to China. Not a traveler to China, but someone who had been to China, passed through the region, and someone got infected there. This is weeks ago, and has then spread it to others unknowing. And a whole bunch of Italians, no idea, were in effect infecting each other by just doing what they do for life. Going out for lunch and a dinner and shopping and doing whatever they have to do for their normal lives, going to work. And it's already, this genie is out of the bottle. It's really scary. The worry now is that Venice and other major cities in Italy will be hit, and there will be quarantines in place, self-quarantines, and it'll be a complete restriction on travel. And the bottom line is this, folks. Italy is Europe's number 1 or number 2 country to visit for tourists from around the world every summer. 30 to 50 million people or more, plus Europeans themselves, love to take their vehicles or grab a train or a plane ride and head down to Italy for a few weeks every summer. This is going to be devastating. Cruise ships are only going to be a casualty of this entire fiasco, not the cause of the problem. They're just going to be caught up in it, and cruise lines are going to have to decide within the next 60 days what their plans are. And it's entirely likely that Costa, MSC, Cunard, let's say all the cruise lines for Carnival, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, and all the other lines could theoretically be in a position where they are not going to be able to offer cruises in and out of Europe for the foreseeable future. And that then means we are talking eventually the shutting down of Southampton in the UK, travel in and out of the UK between Europe. And then the question is, what about travel in and out of Europe from the USA? And that includes the UK. And that could also go. And this is why I'm watching the airlines closely. Airlines are the first wall for carrying this, or first carrier for carrying this issue. 150, 300 people at a time, depending on the size of the plane. And there are people who are getting on a plane who know that they've been to a region that could be a problem, but they don't disclose it because they don't feel that they could possibly pass the virus on to anyone because they don't feel well or unwell. This is happening worldwide, and the genie, as I said, is out of the bottle. So again, if airlines start to cancel flights within Europe and within cities in Europe, within regions in Europe, this could spread instantly to country-to-country restrictions. Train travel will be restricted, bus travel. You'll have border checks all throughout Europe, and every border that anyone wants to cross, you're going to get you're going to have to be sampled and tested. It only takes one passenger on a cruise ship to shut down an entire cruise ship and put possibly an entire cruise ship into quarantine. So to me, it does not look good. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is just reality. Asia, no one suspected 5-6 weeks ago, even 2 months ago, no one even thought in their worst nightmares that Asia's cruising market could be completely shut down because, in effect, one cruise ship actually had a confirmed case on board. The Holland America Westerdam, the thought was there were cases on board, but there weren't. Even when the ship made it to Cambodia, when it was finally allowed to dock, one case was discovered a few days after passengers were disembarked, and it's now been proven that that case may have been a negative all along. The individual who tested positive, they say, was an 83-year-old woman from the U.S. Further testing has revealed that she is now negative, and she may not have had it at all. It might have been more of a case of a flu. The panic is spreading. The uncertainty is spreading, and countries are not taking chances. Bottom line, though, Asia is shut down. You can't take a cruise anywhere in Asia right now because you can't get in and out of cities in Asia where this problem has persisted. And so that is the reality here that may hit Europe any day now. And I feel like I'm walking on eggshells here. I don't want to cause panic, but it's so obvious what's going on. The spread of this virus is absolutely unabated, and officials are scrambling to identify it and to stop it, and they just can't. They just can't stop it. It's like a measles or whack-a-mole showing up everywhere, and like I say, folks, I worry about it. I would make sure if you are planning a cruise or any kind of a holiday this year to Europe or anywhere else, you've got to have travel insurance. You have to have cancellation insurance for any reason, including this. And if you don't, you better be talking to your insurance agent to make sure you do. Because if you can't cancel for any reason, you're on the hook for all your deposits and airfares and hotels and train rides and cruises and what you may. It is an unfortunate story, but I see more downside than upside because there is no virus. There's no cure. There will be no. You're not going to be able to get a needle and get a shot to fix it for at least a year or two, and they're still trying to figure out what this thing is. How far it'll spread, it can go worldwide at any time, and it may be doing it as we speak. So, like I said, I hate to be the bearer of doom and gloom, but I'm just reporting what I see and where I see it. And Japan is having an unbelievable time of it right now. And this is a country that has its act together when it comes to social order, medical perfection. Bureaucracy is a nightmare in Japan, but you know what? Bureaucracy can be a good thing when it comes to controlling something like this. But even the Japanese, with their incredibly sophisticated system, is having a tough time dealing with this issue. And that to me is a shocker. I can see this being a problem in a third world country. Yeah, no problem. Africa, when the cases start to show up there, it's out of control. There are countries in Africa, 50 or so, that are in effect one step away from the third world, and their healthcare systems are totally unprepared to handle this. There will be theoretically mass casualties there. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts. But Japan and places like Hong Kong, Singapore, who are extremely adept at healthcare and measuring any kind of health issue. These are places that are having trouble dealing with this, and that does not bode well for the rest of the planet. So there you go, folks. That's me rambling on again a little too long, I think. I hate to be, like I say, hate to be talking about it, but I have to. And I would love to talk to you folks about how great cruising is and how much we enjoy it and that type of thing. But I have to be realistic. If you can't get to your cruise ship and you can't get home from your cruise ship, and possibly fellow passengers on the cruise have been exposed to someone or a number of people who've been to these regions already, you're at risk. And it's just a matter of fact. And there's no way to sugarcoat it. We have to be aware. Anyway, there it is. That's my take on it today. This is Monday, February the 24th, 2020. Join me live tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, if you dare. We're going to be talking about this topic live with my viewers on my live show, which is every Monday night. Again, thank you for subscribing to my channel, giving my videos thumbs ups, whether you enjoy them or not, I guess. And love your comments. Thank you for joining me on my Facebook page and Instagram. I look forward to talking to you and hearing from you. Stay warm, stay safe, stay healthy. We'll talk to you later, everybody. Bye for now.